Welcome to Dark Night Stories. The hour is late, and outside, the unrelenting storm has drowned out all the noises of the living world. Tonight, we invite you to close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let the roar of the rain guide you into the shadows. Be warned. We are entering the territory of a genuine true scary story, a long narration designed to both relax and disturb. We are beginning the journey down the endless road. Chapter 5, The Longest Sleep. Elias crossed mile marker 90 once more, his exhaustion palpable, yet replaced by a cold, sharpened determination. He knew he would not become another permanent resident of this terrifying time loop. The rider had revealed that the next traveler was trapped in a profound slumber, held hostage by the road within the confines of their best, most beloved dream. Elias reached into the suitcase and retrieved the withered flower. It felt surprisingly warm and lifeless, emitting the distinct, comforting aroma of sweet, old TA scent that was jarringly peaceful in this hellscape. The rider had only offered cryptic guidance. The flower contained the key to this person's last true joy, and only by restoring that essence could he break the spell of the dream. Elias, fighting the urge to simply pull over and sleep forever, continued his desperate drive. Minutes into the loop, the atmosphere inside the truck abruptly changed. The cabin temperature spiked, growing uncomfortably warm, contrasting sharply with the deluge outside. The fog along the highway's edge was unlike the previous mist. It was thick, dense, and dreamlike, hanging suspended like a blanket of sedation. Through the headlights, a faded, peeling sign briefly materialized, reading only motel, leading to a small, dilapidated bus stop structure. Here, the rider whispered, pointing. This is where she decided to stop trying. Elias stepped out into the oppressive heat. The sound of the rain was strangely muted, almost hushed, and on the bus stop bench, an elderly woman was peacefully asleep, her hands loosely holding a worn, empty teacup. She wasn't breathing. Her face held an expression of profound contentment, a visible sign that the road had indeed trapped her within her happiest memory. Elias knew he could not touch her. He had to break the illusion of the dream. With a trembling hand, he placed the withered flower gently into the empty teacup. The moment the flower touched the ceramic, a plume of hot steam erupted from the cup, instantly transforming into the sharp, familiar scent of strong, hot tea. The dream spell was broken. The old woman's eyes snapped open, her face contorted, not with terror, but with crushing disappointment. She looked at the flower, and her lips parted to whisper, I woke up. The dream is gone. Only the road remains. Then, the old woman and the bus stop structure dissolved completely, not into a mist, but into a wave of intense heat that was instantly extinguished by the pouring rain. Elias scrambled back into the truck, sweat cold on his forehead. 3 down. Elias, the rider remarked, his voice devoid of praise. Only 2 items remain. You are approaching the final mile. The next victim is the most dangerous, for he has lost all hope. Elias looked into the suitcase. The withered flower was gone. He started the truck, knowing the terrifying cycle of mile marker 90 would soon begin again, bringing with it a deeper, more personal horror. Chapter 6, The Ghost of Hope. The coin. Elias was utterly broken by exhaustion, yet an icy determination propelled him onward. The loop began again, and this time the rider directed him to the last remaining item, a rusted, ancient coin from the suitcase. The coin was shockingly cold to the touch, and the rider explained it belonged to someone who had surrendered their hope for a vital phone call, effectively signing over their soul to the road. Midway through the loop, the rain abruptly paused, replaced by a suffocating blanket of profound sadness and despair that instantly triggered Elias's deepest regrets and failures. Ahead, sitting beside the highway, was a dilapidated old phone booth. Inside, a young man was seated, motionless, his face etched with sorrow, yet utterly unable to cry. He was completely vacant of hope. Elias realized the coin was the price of the man's lost opportunity and the key to his release. With a sense of dread, he forced the coin into the coin slot of the booth. As the coin dropped, the phone booth's interior light flickered to life once, and the young man dissolved into a faint cloud of ash with a serene smile. Elias heard the distant, faint ringing of a phone before silence reclaimed the air. Hope was traded. Elias, the rider remarked, his voice sharpening. Now, only 1 item remains. The Rider's Mailbag. Chapter 7. The Last Delivery. The Mailbag. Only the postman's satchel, a small, tightly sealed, ancient mailbag containing 2 final letters, remained in the suitcase, an object the Rider constantly watched. The Rider finally revealed the chilling truth. He was Oakhaven's last postman, the first person to take a ride on this cursed stretch during the storm, which caused his soul to become the Rider, bound to the highway, and his final, undelivered responsibility. Elias's mission was clear: deliver the mail to free the ghost. The Rider instructed Elias to stop at the true location of mile marker 91, where Oakhaven began, which now manifested as a blinding wall of intense white light. The first letter was addressed to the fisherman. As Elias tossed it into the light, the ghost of the fisherman's wife appeared, took the letter with silent gratitude, and vanished into peace. The second letter was addressed to the Rider himself, written by his niece pleading for him to return home. Elias handed the letter to the Rider. The moment the Rider touched the letter, his porcelain skin shattered, and his true soul was released, a look of profound relief washing over his face. But the act of releasing him angered the road. The highway let out a terrifying, deafening roar. Chapter 8. The Road's True Face. With the Rider finally free, the road itself launched its attack. The asphalt began to rip apart with unnatural speed, as if something ancient and massive was rising from beneath the earth. The rain outside turned a thick, horrifying blood red, slashing against the truck's windshield. Elias saw the terrifying final form of the entity that claimed the road's first traveler, a giant, oil-stained, perpetually spinning tire of staggering size, filled with the gruesome remnants of human flesh and metal. Elias understood the awful reality. The Rider had merely used him to deliver the mail and gain his freedom, and now Elias was intended to be the new permanent captive. He was told he needed the highway's map to stop it, but he had no map. In the heavy, blood-red downpour and the terrifying sound of grinding metal, Elias had one final desperate choice: drive the truck at full speed into the wall of white light, hoping it was a genuine escape and not just the mouth of the terrifying, spinning core of the road. Final Chapter 9. Oakhaven and the New Keeper. Conclusion. With a deafening crash and a blinding flash, everything fell into silence. The truck came to a stop in a desolate, small town square. The rain had stopped, and the air smelled of salt and old, decaying wood. This was Oakhaven. The town was visually intact, but time was frozen. No sound, no movement. Elias stepped out, finally free of the time loop. But as he looked down, he saw the old leather suitcase firmly clasped in his hand, and he smelled the faint, lingering scent of lavender. He understood he had escaped the road, but only by becoming the keeper of the objects and the new gatekeeper of the cycle. Elias stood in the profound silence of Oakhaven. Then, a new sound registered: the distant roar of heavy rain, and the faint, melancholic horn of a truck on a highway. A new traveler was approaching. Elias smiled, his expression as dry and lifeless as the Rider's cracked porcelain face. "Welcome to Oakhaven," he whispered to the silence. "The cycle begins again." And Elias, the new Rider, prepared to meet his first new victim.